It's the hashtag Simply Cyber, COMMUNITY. Here to break the cycle, this is vital more than you and I. Yeah, it's exciting, it don't matter what your title is. You can grab a friend or two or three or four and invite them in. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's the Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Dr. Auger is a OG, got that potion, the elixir. Got devotion to all those who keep us showing up to witness. Fit the tricks, equips, and all the tips to raise your cyber fitness. Switching up the routines, pass it off to James quicker. Keep the people smiling, hit that follow, that's a good decision. Every week, today, tomorrow, I encourage y'all to listen. We gon' teach y'all way more than how to protect yourselves from phishing. More like being confident so you can recognize the vision. On a mission, it's official, we gon' get through all these issues. Time for jaw jacking, baby, this is more than a tradition, yeah. Oh, I can't forget to recognize the mods. They the engine, they the reason that you leave it feeling charged. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time we grow together. Yeah. What else can I say? I hope you find some value in this place and have yourself an awesome day. Simply Cyber's here to stay. So let's all put our hands together ready. Time to hang with Dr. A.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Wednesday, March 26, 2025. This is episode 842 of your Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, as always, Dr. Gerald Auger in the a-hole chair. And over the next hour, me, you, Amanda Avilio, Jamie Fleck in the great state of Massachusetts, Phil Stafford, Mando Avila, Blood, Sweat, and Rage back in the mix. Triple D, as always, not only IT, Nerman, Port Zero, and Code Brew in the upstate. Guys, we're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day together. And I'll be doing everything within my power and capacity to distill from those stories something of unbelievable cyber practitioner value for you to implement either tactically at work today or long form strategically, or just to kind of like level everybody up, educate. I myself am a lifelong learner, and also do learn from the show as well. Yeah, thank you very much, Code Brew. Guys, if you are enjoying the sweet sounds of the honeysuckle audio waves of this mic and the sounds coming out of this show, again, Casually Joseph, not all heroes wear capes. This dude dialed it in tight. I do want to say shout out and thanks to everybody that DM'd me. Folks like Real Bilbo and others that were offering support around the audio engineering stuff. Bass Case, DJ BSEC, the OG audio engineers. This show, I got to tell you guys, it takes a village, and I genuinely appreciate all of you. So enjoy the sweet sounds. Now, I got to tell you, this show, we're going to go through 8 stories, 1 hour, just straight crushing it like a bunch of bosses. But I don't research or prep for any of the show. I don't know what stories. I only know there's a story about Counter-Strike 2 coming out because when I was setting it up, you know, the youngs like their Counter-Strike 2 and their skin gambling. And Justin Gold is my my local resource for CS2 skins. I don't even understand that market, but it's kind of like a cousin to crypto. So, you know, obviously, Casually Joseph straight up in there. Nerdpocalypse, good morning to you. Yes, sir. All right, guys. We got a great show lined up for you, I promise. The mod team is in chat. You guys are all up and running. It's Wednesday. It's Worldwide Wednesday, which means only one thing. We're going to be going around the world in just a hot minute. And I'm going to show you, alongside all of you amazing people. Yeah, Johnny Hogan. Counter-Strike. Guys, I'll show you how diverse and inclusive this community is as we go around the world in 2 minutes, 22 seconds alongside Daft Punk. But before we get into that, let's spend a moment saying hello to the stream sponsors. I'll be in chat banging up with y'all in the chat let's get this done, and then we will, first of all, I'll tell you exactly how this show can save your CPE butt. And secondly, if you're a long-timer, first-timer, well, hold on. Let's just do the ad reads, and then we'll talk about who's the first-timers. Back in just a minute here. Let's go. What's up, Simply Cyber? You know what keeps CISOs up at night? The unknown. Those exposed assets and leaked creds floating around the dark web that you don't even know about? Well, that's where Flare steps in. Think of Flare as your organization's amazing threat hunting capability, continuously scanning both clear and dark web for exposed enterprise assets, leaked secrets, and even compromised credentials being sold in private channels. Their cutting-edge platform, powered by transparent, generative AI, prioritizes real threats so your team can take immediate action. Stop playing catch-up with threat actors. Get ahead with Flare's threat exposure management capability. Don't take my word for it. Visit try.flare.io/simplycyber and try it for yourself. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education regardless of financial position? Check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Antisyphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Antisyphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing, as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other, all live in the classroom. Go to antisyphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what courses they have coming up next. You won't regret it. All right, I also want to say shout out to Barricade Cyber Solutions. You guys know Eric Taylor, the crew over there. Barricade Cyber Solutions, they're dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But Barricade Cyber Solutions knows how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. Believe that. You might not make it in the news, but if your business gets punched in the mouth by ransomware, it's still going to hurt, okay? It doesn't matter if it gets covered in the Daily Cyber Threat Brief. Check out barricadecyber.com to get links, whether it's a phone number, an email, or get a calendar. Dude, I'm telling you, it's going to be the worst day of your life in business if your business gets taken down. Trust me, everything stops. You need a partner who's been there and can help you out. Barricade Cyber is that partner. Links to all of the sponsors in the description below. Go click on them, check them out. I stand by them, all of them. All right, guys, check it out. I got to tell you, every single episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Brief worth half a CPE. So say what's up in chat. It goes right above my head, just like LeGras, Triple D, Code Brew, Marcus Kyler, Bonnie Charles in the house. Good morning, Bonnie. Just say what's up and then grab a screenshot. The file screenshot will have a timestamp on it. That's the evidence you're here. It's on stream. You're here. It's the closest way we can have like registration without it making you fill out a form. Okay. Now, if we need, I already told you, if we need to get to a form, we can sort that out. I might need help solving that problem. But at the end of the day, where instructor-led webinar is what I'm doing up here. We do cover the news. I do have 20 years of experience and a bunch of degrees, so I would argue I know what I'm talking about. Certainly don't know everything. I'll be the first to admit that, but I do know enough to be able to run the show. All right, guys, I got to tell you, if today's your first episode, 842, you've missed a little bit, but there's still time to get on the train. Priceless Pancake, like and subscribe. 14 months. Blue badge looks good on your Priceless Pancake. Guys, if today's your first episode, drop a hashtag first timer in chat. Hashtag first timer in chat. We have a special surprise for you. Sound effects, emotes. It's going to be cool, but we need to know who the first timers are. And if you just got here for the first time recently, right? like Katie Craig and maybe a couple others, Timbuktu yesterday. Thanks for coming back. I hope you're enjoying the community and the show. !Discord in chat to get access to the Discord server, which is free, by the way. We don't charge for the Discord server, but it is massively valuable. Do not equate cost to value. Sometimes there's free stuff that's wicked valuable. So giddy up on that. All right, guys, I got great news for you. 2 things to share with everybody. Number 1, the 2025 conference season sticker for Simply Cyber is out right now. Boom! Guys, if you want to get one of these sweet puppies, find me at a conference. It's the Simply Cyber mixtape. You can see the little QR code here that will take you directly to the mixtape that I have made for you to enjoy. These suckers look good on laptops, by the way. Good quality sticker mule. Shout out to Kimberly Can Fix It for helping me make this graphic look cool. This sticker, it's dope, I'm telling you. High quality vinyl. And the QR code is the Easter egg. So giddy up on that. It's a throwback, guys. It's a throwback. Mixtapes used to be a thing, and I know cassettes are maybe making a comeback. Record players are back right now, so maybe let's give it a few years. All right, guys. And again, I'll have these on me. If you see me, I will be at RSA at the end of April. I'll be at Black Hat DEF CON in August. I'll be at Simply CyberCon in November. I'll be at Wild West Hackin' Fest in October. So, and obviously I'll be in the low country all the time. So come find me, high fives. It's all about good times. All right, guys, let's do this. Every single Wednesday, we do something called Worldwide Wednesday. So if you're a recent person who doesn't know about Worldwide Wednesday, oh boy, you are in for a treat, my friend. Every single Wednesday, we spend 2 minutes and 22 seconds to show the community how sick, and sick is a good word here, how unbelievably wicked sick this community is, internationally speaking. So let's set the timer for 2 minutes, 22 seconds, and I would just ask you to tell me where you are. We'll start with Jamie Fleck. Here we go, 222. I'll bump the juice up a little bit, and we're off and running. Let's go. Where are you at? Jamie Fleck's in Massachusetts. Boom, US on the board. Where we gotta go? Where we gotta go? I saw Canada in the house. Nice. Way to go. We need Australia, New Zealand. That's right, Bruising Hacks. Poland. Senfilis is in Poland. Is Dragos from Romania? There we go. Rich464's got Niagara Falls. Jacksonville, Florida, Patrick. We got USA in the house. Philly, Brotherly Love. New York, what's up? Shelby, North Carolina. Hot Atlanta, Eskol, South Africa. B's got Africa online. Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Dirty Jers. Triple D's in the Philippines, bringing Pacific Rim / Asia online. Let's get the Jaegers and the Kaijus in full effect. Malawi, Colombia. I'm going to need help on where Malawi is. Colombia, South America's online. Roswell, UK, across the pond. Chi-Town, I got you, Haircut Fish in Pennsylvania. Slim Daddy, we got Big Apple. New York City's got representation. Columbia, Missouri, Ethiopia, more Africa's in the house. Cyprus, Tim Koss, bring it. I see Malta. Cyprus might be I'm going to need some help with Cyprus. I can't get Cyprus in here. Oh, there it is. Mediterranean Cyprus must be beautiful today. Brazil, big South America online. Flow Rider, Regine Franklin. All right, North Carolina, heading to Louisiana. Dad, Bod, Medic, Nate, good to see you. Elliot Matisse. What's up, Circleville, Ohio? Skibbity Riz. Oh boy, Chris rocks in Turkey. That man's always all over the place. Where's my turkey? Doink. Nice. All right, Jacksonville, Texas, what's cracking? I see you, Tim Koss. Oh, Lionel, bringing France online. We don't typically have France representation. Where is... All right, we got Greece. Come on, people. Where is frigging Australia? Somebody wake up Duff. Somebody wake up SSD. Who's our Australian contingents? Oh my God. I mean, obviously Chris Rock, but he's not there right now. Warren, Michigan's in the house. Malawi's right above Mozambique. Okay. I guess the next question is, where's Mozambique? Mozambique. There it is. Landlocked Malawi. We found it. All right. Australia is online. I'm going to take it. Marcus Kyler says it. Damn. All right. Let's Bangalore, India. We got a couple ones. We got a couple of them coming in here. I'm just cleaning up here. Kenya. We're officially closed. Turkey Troposphere. Is that a real place? Jamaica me crazy. All right, hold on. We got Jamaica. All right, let's do a quick inventory, everybody. Brett Mitchell. Brett Mitchell, can I say thank you, Brett Mitchell? All right, let's take a look here, guys. We got North America online, South America online, Europe online, Africa online, Middle East online, Asia online, Central America online, Asia online, Australia. Boom! Hell yes. There we go, people. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. We didn't coordinate it. We didn't sound out a mass message blast saying, everybody get online so we can do this. This is what I'm talking about. This freaking community is chef's kiss, Salt Bay, whatever meme you want. I'm sure the Gen Alpha people have something really cool that I'm not even allowed to say. Whatever it is, we friggin' did it. Nice job, everybody. Now, as big a high as that is, let's get to the low. We've got work to do. Wah, wah, wah. Do me a favor, everybody. Sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us in an awesome wave. I'll see you guys at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday, March 26, 2025. I'm Rich Straffolino. Encrypt Hub.
Hold on. Really quickly, Jay Smoot, first timer, welcome to the party. Jacob Smoot, if you guys can, at Jacob Smoot, give him the first timer business if you would. And then Jamer115 says, stoked today, didn't get a new job, but after 7 years, my company's finally moving me to the security team. Judges, hold on, you're moving to the security team. That kind of sounds like a new job. Judges, I'm getting the nods from the judges off camera here.
I came in like a...
Yes, sir, Jamar115. Welcome to the party, pal. Congratulations. Super pumped for you.
To Microsoft Management Console exploit. Earlier this year, researchers at Trend Micro discovered that attackers could leverage a vulnerability in the Microsoft Management Console to circumvent file reputation protection and ultimately execute code. Trend Micro now links the exploitation of this flaw to the threat.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Not a good look here. Hold on. Right off the rip, the link that the link CISO series is using is incorrect. It's the link to the next story, I think. So hold on. I gotta get this figured out. I think this is it.
Actor Encrypt Hub, also known as Larva 208.
Yep.
In this attack, the threat actor manipulates .msc files and the multilingual user interface path to download and execute malicious payloads, maintain persistence, and steal sensitive data from infected systems, according to Trend Micro researcher Ali Akbar Zaravi, warning that the campaign shows signs of active development. Researchers also found earlier versions of this attack dating back to April 2024. Microsoft patched the vulnerability earlier this month.
All right, hold on. There's a lot that has to go on here. There's a lot that has to go on here. First of all, the threat actor's name's Encrypt Hub, but threat actors have different names depending on who's talking about them. So just as a quick, piece of advice, if you didn't know, a threat actor can have different names. And it's only because different threat intelligence organizations will attribute the name because they don't talk to each other, basically. Okay, so Encrypt Hub is also Water Gamayon or also Larva 208. Okay, the reason I always harp on this is because it took me years in the industry before I realized that a threat actor could have multiple names, and I was always afraid to ask because I didn't want to look like a dummy, right?
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I did not want to be that guy. And now that I've understand it and discovered it, I always want to harp on it because I want people to know. All right. So basically, there is a 0 day that has a patch. Okay. So first of all, obviously, you gotta patch it. This attacks Windows operating system. And it's actually what I would consider a kind of a cool attack. But a lot of things have to happen. First of all, the Windows operating system has to be vulnerable to the attack. Second of all, the threat actor has to send an email that links to a website that can exploit it or pulls down a payload that can detonate on your box. Third, your EDR solution has to not block it. So a lot of things have to happen here. It is working to some capacity, or else it wouldn't be in the news, obviously. But let's see. There's a couple things here. It talks about using MMC, Microsoft Management Console vulnerability. Oh, okay, so never mind. The vulnerability is in the MMC. That doesn't matter then, right? So normally I was like, oh, MMC, like this is like they're like admin. I guess the best way. I mean, Mod Chat, let me know how you would explain this. But to me, MMCs are essentially like admin panels that allow you to do things in the operating system as like a power user. But it doesn't matter because it's just the vulnerabilities in this. The vulnerability could be in Excel or in Calculator, or you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right. So, the interesting thing here is it mentioned it does a security feature bypass, which basically means it evades Windows file reputation protections and then executes the code. So basically, it sounds like the Microsoft defenses would be blocked. This doesn't say that it would circumvent EDR. So if you have a decent EDR solution, CrowdStrike, SentinelOne, etc., it might catch it. I'm trying to see. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, you download and execute malicious payload. I mean, maintain sensitive, seal sensitive. So, I mean, honestly, this is basically just a garden variety. I'm not taking away from this. This is a legit attack. A script kit isn't going to do this, but this is a classic just cyber kill chain, right? Threat actor manipulates a file. Okay, no big deal. It's still on their box. Then they have to convince you to download and execute it, which is a social engineering attack, right? So there's your first layer of defense. The first layer of defense could be mitigated by GRC. Hello? I know, guys, I get so many side-eye looks from offensive security people when I talk about GRC. Right there, first link in the chain, busted. You burnt. Okay, so download and execute a malicious payload. The download part's the GRC training. The execution is an EDR solution or something like that. So we've got options here. Then once they deliver their payload and exploit it, then they maintain persistence and steal data. This is C2 and data exfil. Okay, so this is that cyber kill chain. Nice and clean case study here. What I would what I would say here is obviously patch your Windows operating systems, but if you are in a large organization that makes it difficult to patch correctly, you may want to sniff around and get some IOCs of what this, what do they call it? Evil Twin? MSC Evil Twin Trojan Loader. It's PowerShell based, right? So there's definitely IOCs around this thing. And since Trend Micro did the research, I would be stunned if there wasn't really kind of like high fidelity quality IOCs. Trend Micro is one of those larger organizations that, you know, does research for the community and stuff like that. So it's usually pretty good.
Security Copilot gets AI agents. Microsoft will release previews of new Security Copilot agents next month, the first significant capabilities added to the service since it launched. Microsoft claims these agents can be used to automate specific workflows across threat protection, identity management, data security, and IT operations that previously required a human analyst, reducing the volume of repetitive tasks. One example is a phishing triage agent. These agents will integrate across Defender XDR, Purview, Intune, and Entra. Microsoft said it will demonstrate more new security offerings at its Microsoft Secure Conference on April 9th.
All right. So we'll see what's going on. What's up, A. Witherspoon? We'll see what's going on. Dude, agentic AI is the new hotness, right? So I still use browser-based AI. Sometimes I'll use like Python or command line interfaces like with Fabric. Shout out to Steve McMichael, who's got me on the Fabric train. It's really cool, but like that's so considering the speed at which technology and AI is moving. Classic AI, browser-based AI, command line AI is so 2024. Like the new hotness, the things that are, the Rizzler, if you will, is agentic AI. And these are basically like little purpose-built, focused AI agents that do one specific thing. And the idea is that you could have a bunch of them doing very specific things. I hate to sound like a freaking doomsdayer, but I suspect the concern around knowledge workers being displaced will come with more mature agentic AIs. Okay, so Microsoft's making a play to make Copilot even more useful. I mean, personally, you know what's wild to me? Copilot is all up in, by default, in Microsoft. I've also predicted that there's going to be a, you know how there's like a Windows key on your keyboard? I expect there to be a Copilot key at some point here as like the new norm. Microsoft is trying like heck to make Copilot a thing. I don't know about you. I do not use Copilot. I do not find it. I don't find Copilot as like naturally integrated into any of my workflows. I haven't even quite figured out how to best utilize it, which is funny. So Microsoft's spending a lot of money. Obviously, this is where the money is, right?
Straight cash, homie.
I got to give it up to Google. You want an example of Google making it right? When you Google something and Gemini, like the Gemini results are the first things you get in Google now, right? So anyways, yeah, I mean, this isn't a, let me just spoil this for you. This is not a cyber story. I do recommend, again, I've been saying this for 2 years now. So if you're a first timer here, who is our first timer? Hold on 1 second. Jacob Smoot. So Jacob Smoot's like, what? This is all interesting. This guy's got some hot takes, okay? I've been saying this for a few years, Jacob Smoot. Like, if you don't have a plan or a strategy around AI, you know, everybody's using it. Your end users are definitely using it. So if you can have some type of like guardrails or something in place around using AI at work, you know, I think the best way I've put it is like, you have to ride the lightning. You cannot try to put the lightning in a bottle and observe it on a shelf. The lightning is out. People are doing it. The genie's left the bottle, the toothpaste out of the tube, whatever you want to call it. You got to throw a saddle on that baby and grab it and ride the lightning because, you know, AI it's so hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Anyways, not a cybersecurity story.
A call for more pets in government. A new report from New America's Open Technology Institute think tank calls for the government to prioritize the...
Yeah, hey, say FedEx is saying if you have an E5 and full Copilot license, it does integrate well into the ecosystem. My thing is not about the integration. It's about the...
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Almost like the onboarding or like the native use case, the native utility of it. I don't see or hear anyone that's just like, oh yeah, you know, you Copilot that, you know. John V with a super chat. Thanks, John V. John V says he's doing a webinar today with Marco from Mozilla and Gavin Klondike at noon with Trojan AI on AI red teaming. Okay, so really quick, if you guys didn't know, if you want to learn AI and ML security related stuff, John V is our... And John, if this is speaking out of turn, let me know. I don't want to speak for you, but as far as I'm concerned, I think of John V as like the Simply Cyber community AI ML security ambassador. So if you're interested in that, go check out that webinar. John V, if you can, will you at me in general chat on Discord the link to that, and I will get it, or mods, can you grab it from John V? And let's get that webinar shared to everybody. All right, let's keep going. Did I already play this story?
Use of privacy-enhancing technologies, or PETs, to prevent unauthorized access to sensitive government data. These include more table stakes tools like encryption, but also calls for the use of synthetic data to prevent access to authentic personal information, as well as differential privacy and secure multi-party computation. The report also calls for incentivizing more pet vendor investment by procuring this tech with long-term contracts. The report acknowledges the need for data sharing in the government, but says a privacy-first approach to data sharing can remove some of the inherent risk.
Okay. Not a political show, all right? Not a political show, so let's not get on that. But the recent current events around Doge staff accessing federal IT systems and overreaching their permissions. Fact, a 26-year-old Doge member emailed an unencrypted database out of the Department of Treasury. That's a fact. He was released for that. Fact, some of the Doge staff were accessing Department of Treasury resources with write access when they were supposed to be auditing. So, these things are a problem. Now, privacy boosting tech could prevent breaches, data misuse. Yeah. Okay, so let me explain some stuff to you here. Okay, so first of all, John V, if you could drop that link in chat, mods can scoop that up and we can get some eyes on that. Let me explain a couple things to you. Number one, we shouldn't be talking about this now. Like, this is like such a... Okay, so now I'm going to... Okay, like tinfoil hat, Jerry, because this just bothers me. Okay, like I find my blood pressure going up like right now. Like I have like a real-time finger on the pulse of my blood pressure. Where is my tinfoil hat emote guy? Tinfoil hat guy, where are you at? Hey, where's the tinfoil? I can't find the tinfoil hat guy. Cyber donkey? Oh my God. If someone can get the tinfoil hat guy, I can't right now. And oh, here it is. Okay. Here we go. I don't know. Hey, listen, I've got a wireless mouse and I don't know if there's like radio interference or something like that, but like around my tech station, like my Stream Deck, my keyboard, my mixing board, like the mouse gets chunky and I can't tell if it's like performance of my machine or if it's radio interference, but it's freaking frustrating. Okay, listen really quickly. This bothers me. And I'm going to take a minute and kind of vent on it, okay? I'll only spend a minute because we're at the bottom of the hour. This is such a classic move of businesses that drives me insane, okay? Now listen, they just had this issue, right? Doge staff accessing things they shouldn't, people having access to things they shouldn't, whatever, okay? And now we're talking, hey, we should fix that problem. Dude, this problem has existed for 30 years, dude. This is why there's tokenization in databases. This is why AC6 is least privilege. Hold on one second. I you know how PBO is going to call me out if I get this wrong. I think AC6 is least privilege. Yes, it is. Winner. Okay, hold on really quick, just so I get credit for it. AC6, least privilege. That's why AC6 has existed. That's why, like data, media marking, data classification, like all of these things, these controls exist because of this problem. You shouldn't be like, this just pisses me off. It's like, oh, we just had this massive data issue. We should consider privacy. Like, what are you kidding me? Hello? Like GDPR has existed in Europe for like 2 decades. Certain states in the United States have privacy laws because of stuff like this. You're talking about, data misuse with government aid. Ugh. Like the friggin' you see this all the time in business. Hey, can we invest in cybersecurity? No, we're good here. And then there's a data breach and they're like, we should consider investing in cybersecurity. And you're just like apoplectic, staring at the business, and you just want to get like a garden hose and hit them with it. You know what I mean? Or like a pillowcase full of, inflatable dog toys and just, don't cause damage, but like really unleash hell on them. It just pisses me off, man. It's like, I hate, again, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be negative this morning for all the children in chat. I'm sorry. But like, I just hate having the smartest people in the room show up after the fact and act like they're, level 1000 IQ when everybody's been saying this all the time before this happened. You don't get credit for being smart when you're doing the thing that you've been told repeatedly to do and we have the solutions for. But no. I'm coming in to rescue the day after this hot mess. Not to mention, by the way, now that I'm just like in the dredge of a mire, this is the government, guys. I know that recently a lot of U.S. federal government things have been moving lightning fast, but for the most part, federal change is glacial. All right, let's keep going. Oh, hold on. Here, let me pull up from this. Hold on. No, I actually did replace the battery yesterday. All right, check it out. My man, John V in chat, AI red team and break in AI to build a secure future. If you want to giddy up on that, you can see right here, John Veda. I'm going to drop a link to this Zoom registration. Again, this is not affiliated with Simply Cyber in any way. I can't promise or make any, I can't make any claims as to what's going on here or where your information will be used, but I can tell you John V is legit and I like it. So AI red teaming webinar, and that's at noon p.m. Eastern today, okay? Let's go. And I'll actually pin that so people can grab it if they want. All right, let's go.
Raspberry Robin C2 domains uncovered.
Oh, man.
The Russian-linked threat actor Raspberry Robin first emerged in 2019, serving as an initial access broker to various forms of malware, including Bumblebee, Drydex, Iced ID, Lockbit, Sock Ghoulish, and TrueBot. Researchers at Silent Push recently discovered one IP address being used to relay data across compromised QNAP NAS devices, which they were then able to track to over 180 unique C2 domains. These domains were extremely short, and Raspberry Robin rapidly rotated them with a fast flux technique to make takedowns more challenging. The majority of the domains were registered with the Bulgarian company Cloud DNS.
All right, so really quickly, Raspberry Robin. I haven't heard that name in a minute. It's been a minute. Also, really quickly, since I only had a small bowl of cereal this morning, when I see Raspberry Robin, my mind immediately goes to Red Robin, which immediately goes to delicious burgers and French fries, which makes me hungry. So, shout out to Red Robin. Okay, so Raspberry Robin, linked to them as an access broker. They've got a bunch of C2 domains, guys. C2 is command and control, right? So they use the command and control once they compromise assets to be able to report in to a threat actor environment. Now, threat actors like to have lots of C2 domains and fast flux DNS because essentially they want to make it really difficult for you as a defender to break their capability, i.e. detection engineers, writing detection, well, not really detection engineers, but I mean, you could use a detection engineer blocking like a request to a certain IP or a certain domain. Firewalls can block certain domains. The Google block list can get added. So by having hundreds of domains that are unique, a piece of malware can quickly iterate over those domains and find one that's still up. Okay. I really haven't heard Raspberry Robin's name in like probably 18 months. You can see here they emerged in 2019. They definitely came out hot and heavy early, and then they kind of cooled down a little bit. Maybe they migrated for the winter. Oh my God. That is James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet level corny. Okay. They are exploiting QNAP devices. Welcome to sophomore year of college where you get to, exploit a QNAP device. You get to exploit a QNAP device. QNAP's had a rough road. They're definitely like a middling tier 80s rock band that had a moderately successful top 40 hit and never really rose to the occasion ever again. That's what QNAP is. Like, you know their name, but you're like, didn't they get like strung out and like, you know, whatever. Like, I know Carl saw him on their like, you know, European world tour down in like Bulgaria where the C2 domain is going. All right, Luke Canfield passed the PORP. Way to go, Luke. Nailing it up in here. Luke Canfield, long timer. Love myself some Luke. All right. I'm trying now to figure out how you guys. Ooh, hold on. What are we doing here? Hold on. I don't know who drew this graphic. Again, hey, if you've known me for a minute, you know that I absolutely loathe pictures that don't have captions. If you really want to piss me off, go ahead and come up with a vulnerability without a logo and then draw a caption of it. I mean, draw a picture of it without a caption. What do we like? Is there like, is society collapsing where we can't put captions on pictures? All right, so victims' machines are connected to QNAP devices over port 8080, which then connects to, I guess, the thing in the middle here is a threat actor-controlled C2 domain over port 9779, and that goes to a Tor relay. This isn't even that good a graphic. Okay. All right. The two things I want to talk about here is, number one, Raspberry Robin is an initial access broker. So basically they are all about compromising devices and then selling that access to other threat actors. Let's see. All right. I'm not even really that super familiar with Fast Flux. Let's take a look at that and educate people. Okay, hey, so here we go really quickly. So Fast Flux, basically, I'm familiar with the technique. I just don't know how it operates. Fast Flux basically allows compromised assets to quickly pivot between different domains. And this does a couple things. One, it provides resiliency from a C2 infrastructure from being broken because you have so many different C2 endpoints that you can go to that, you know, if you block one, they'll just go to the next one. Two, when you're looking in your network logs or your NetFlow and stuff like that, you're not going to see an ass load of, I'm sorry. I don't have the buzzer anymore, but I'm sorry.
Catch me outside, how about that?
You're not going to see a ton of traffic to a single domain, to a single address. It's going to be scattered across multiple, which, you know, makes it more difficult. It's like looking for a needle in the stack of needles. I would say Fast Flux is effective. And if you're looking to break in or you're just looking to level up your stuff, definitely learn what Fast Flux is and be able to just kind of at a high level talk about it. It's something you could bust out in a job interview. Fast Flux. So Casually Joseph, our resident Unit 42 expert, says, think of Fast Flux as a list of compromised domains that threat actors switch between, so it's hard to attribute what is what. There you go. I know, Phil Stafford. I am sorry. I apologize.
And now thanks to today's episode sponsor, ThreatLocker. ThreatLocker is a global leader in zero trust endpoint security, offering cybersecurity controls to protect businesses from zero-day attacks and ransomware. ThreatLocker operates with a default deny approach to reduce the attack surface and mitigate potential cyber vulnerabilities. To learn more and start your free trial, visit threatlocker.com. That's ThreatLocker.com.
All right. Hey, Jacob, first timer. We do this too. All right, we are going to speed run. We already did Worldwide Wednesday as the mid-roll activity, so we're going to not have a long mid-roll. Plus, we're at 8:42. Guys, I just want to say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Antisyphon, Flare, Threat Locker. Shout out to all of you for being here today, supporting the mod team is coming in hot and heavy. We got DJ BSEC at 30,000 feet, Jenny Housley, Kimberly Can Fix It, Justin Gold of Counter-Strike fame, Casually Joseph from Unit 42. We got people for days. Chris Whitlock's probably lurking somewhere in there. Guys, thank you, all of you. And I do apologize for swearing. It's not my intent to do it, but some things just get me a little frothed up. And, I let loose with the Boston. All right, guys, I'm going to just jump ahead really quickly to the la-la-la-las, and then we'll boogie on down. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Get ready. Alpha Sierra is going to lead us off. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. What's up, J-Star? Glad you're loving the show. Let's finish strong, y'all, and get into the back half. Don't go anywhere. We got jaw jacking too. And I'll try to clean up my my language. This guy from Boston.
Even Troy Hunt gets phished. Security researchers, they're just like us. Have I Been Pwned founder Troy Hunt published a blog post detailing how a sneaky fish managed to export his MailChimp account. Hunt received a legitimate-looking email purportedly from MailChimp advising that his sending privileges were restricted and offering a button to review his account. Hunt entered in his credentials and a one-time password, almost immediately receiving a genuine email from MailChimp that his subscriber list was exported. That list included about 16,000 emails to Hunt's personal blog, including those who had been unsubscribed, which Hunt didn't realize MailChimp still kept. Hunt said the only red flag he could have caught was 1Password was not autofilling his credentials because he was on a different domain. He also attributed the attack's success to fatigue from jet lag. If anyone needs a good example of how to fully disclose a security incident, please check out Troy's blog in our show notes.
There you go. All right, so a couple things to deliver value to you all here. First of all, Have I Been Pwned is it's a service, and Troy Hunt's behind it. So Troy Hunt's a guy. He started it as kind of like a passion project, kind of like Simply Cyber. Like, he started it as a way to help people, and then it evolved into like a whole thing, and now he's considered like ground zero for like where password data dumps go. Have I Been Pwned is a wicked good website, totally worth using, okay? I'll drop a link in chat. You can use it for your individual self. You can use it for your business. It's cool. So if you don't know about it, welcome to the party, pal. Now, having said that, I do love, obviously he had to notify people, so like he wasn't going to be able to hide. Whoops. He wasn't going to be able to hide. But it just goes to show, guys, anybody can be phished, right? In this instance, he said he was jet lagged, he was tired. Guys, sometimes you're just trying to crank out some stuff. Sometimes you're like at a layover and you're just doing some stuff on your phone. Sometimes, it happens. So don't think for a minute that you have to, here's what I want you to know. Don't think you have to be perfect. Also, don't think just because you're a cyber pro, right, that you can't be compromised, right? Now, we have a higher threshold and we're much more skeptical, but things happen, okay, right? So just know that it's okay and it can happen. The other thing I'll point out is the one indicator he says in the story that could have prevented him was that his password manager was not auto-populating the website. Now, I love that. I actually use a password manager that auto-populates text fields when I go to the website. And I love that because I also think like, oh yeah, like it wouldn't populate it if it was like a fake website. So that's really good. Now, sometimes it doesn't necessarily fill. And there's a couple websites I know of that like I have done. But I just want you to know, like, that's another like little kind of confirmation or validation that you are at the right website. Also in this instance, he had, it was his MailChimp subscriber list. Interesting opportunity here to promote. If you are on the Simply Cyber newsletter, you know the value you get every single Monday morning. But if you are not and you would like to check it out, it's a free email. It comes out on Monday mornings. And basically it has 3 pieces of actionable intel. A lot of times you can literally just copy and paste into basically we build it so you can copy and paste directly into an email to a certain user group and drive cyber risk reduction. So if you're basically looking for a life hack on doing security awareness for your business, check out !newsletter in chat and it'll show up. You just subscribe, you'll get the email, get value from it. If you don't get value from it, you can unsubscribe. I'm not really good at marketing, so I'm not going to hound you about why are you unsubscribing, or you know what? All right, really quick aside. You know what makes me mad? When you unsubscribe from a list and then they send you to a website and there's 35 radio buttons and it's which one would you like to unsubscribe from? And it's confusing, and then sometimes they'll be tricky and the last radio button says something actually don't unsubscribe me. I do want to subscribe all these things. Dude, if I hit unsubscribe in the email, take me off and leave me alone. You tricky dark marketing arts bullcrap needs to end. I hate that stuff. Okay, thank you for your time.
Android malware uses .NET MAUI for evasion. Researchers at McAfee discovered an Android malware campaign using Microsoft's cross-platform .NET MAUI framework to obscure activity. That's because rather than storing code in DEX format that Android security tools are designed to scan, MAUI allows for apps to be built in C# and store files in binary blobs. With this approach, malware can stay undetected for a long time on a device. The researchers also found multiple variants with this technique, indicating it's becoming more popular. McAfee reported several Android APKs using this approach across fake banking, communication, dating, and social media apps. Google Play Protect can detect these APKs, so the researchers think they're mostly targeted at China and other markets without access to the Play Store.
All right. Wow. Okay. So there's a lot going on here. This is pretty niche if I, from my perspective. So .NET MAUI, just so we have the right terms, is an application development framework in C# that allows people to make apps for desktop and mobile platforms that can run in Android. Okay. And it looks like it can run in some other places. C# is basically like Java Lite. That's my understanding. And you can use it to write code in Android. Android apps can be malware. Android apps, the Google Play Store is a little bit less scrutinizing than the Apple Store. So it's easier to get malware in there. Plus, you can load Android apps much easier on your Android device, even if they're coming from any source out there. Threat actors know this, and this is what they're doing. The reason that they like to use this MAUI framework to make malware is because it will hide the malicious part of the code and bypass detection. Okay, so all this story is saying is threat actors, TTPs, okay, the top of their pyramid of pain, have figured out that if they develop their code using this .NET MAUI framework, or C# framework, their code is more likely to run. So they're investing in the platform to develop the malware in order to bypass detections in Android environments or Android mobile devices, okay? So what would I say here? Again, always, you know what? I mean, for me, for my money, I think a best practice is always to think about the cyber kill chain, okay? And try to disrupt each phase of the kill chain in order to protect yourself. So right off the rip, what can we do here? Right off the rip, we can educate our end users, GRC Mafia, that are using Android devices to be mindful of where they're pulling apps from. Okay, do not download a random app an APK file from email or from some random site on the internet, okay? You can, but you know what? Like, here's how I would say it. Dude, you absolutely can download an APK file from anywhere on the internet. You can also walk down a dark alley in a city. You can do that. No one's going to stop you from walking down a dark alley in a city. You're way more likely to get mugged and beat the crap in a dark alley than you are in a main street, well-lit, well-trafficked, well-policed area. Now, can you still get mugged and beat in a well-lit, well-trafficked area? Sure. Just like you can get malware in the Google Play Store. But let's do the risk calculation. Your impact isn't going to change. You're still getting hosed. Your likelihood value in the risk calculation, GRC Mafia, goes up significantly when you walk down the dark alley on the wrong side of town in the middle of the night, right? So educate your end users. I'm not telling you, I'm not the police of you. I'm not telling you not to go download stupid APK files because you want a cracked version of Minesweeper on your mobile phone. But I am telling you, you're introducing a lot more risk if you do that. So first of all, educate your end users. Boom. Second of all, you can see that there's C2 traffic. Again, on your mobile devices, you can put EDR solutions, but mobile devices are running wild all over the place. They're not going to be like corporate assets necessarily behind corporate firewalls, etc. So, your ability to detect it at the network layer is probably less limited. I would say, though, if you can, always use from a performance perspective, you're going to want to use wireless over cellular anyways. So if you're using wireless, you can do get the benefits of those network layer controls. Also, this is targeting more China and India, of course. But like, if you download an app and it looks like this, alarm bells should be ringing, Winston. You know, you're carrying a bag of fertilizer and a half passed out girl. Alarm bells are ringing. That's a line from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, okay? You're carrying a half a bag of fertilizer and this application looks super dodgy, okay? All right, thank you.
The AI mitigation limitation. A new report from the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, we know it as good old NIST, urged the cybersecurity community to develop improved mitigation strategies for adversarial machine learning systems. These include manipulating training data, adversarial inputs to impact system performance, and training data exfiltration from models. NIST noted that so-called open research problem that found systems that are optimized for accuracy tend to underperform against adversarial attacks. The report recommends organizations accept trade-offs between these priorities as part of a mitigation strategy. NIST also pointed to the continued struggle to detect adversarial attacks underway on AI systems due to the high cost of applying formal verification methods to these models, as well as an overall lack of reliable benchmarks.
Okay, so NIST, I love NIST so much that there's literally an emote. And if you are a squad member, meaning you have a colored name tag and a badge next to your name, you also have access to the I Heart NIST emotes. Also, I'm not suggesting you do this, but I actually have a shirt in the merch store that says I Heart NIST. That's how I feel. Like, I'm just short of having like love NIST across my knuckles, right? If I ever go to prison and I'm looking to get hard in order to not get punked in the prison yard, I'm getting love NIST on my knuckles. Let people know. All right, so NIST is warning of limitations. NIST is basically a government-funded think tank, okay? Guys, right now, 2025, AI/ML is moving at the speed of lightning, and that's awesome. Things are going, but at the same time, when you move fast, there's a lot of risk that you're taking on, right? And right now, humans are very, very clever. And AI/ML, I don't think quite understands that humans are going to be deceptive and manipulative and all these other things. So some of the risks that are introduced are being addressed, but the mitigations are not necessarily hyper effective. And those mitigations, just like any other control, can be circumvented. I do want to say, if you'd like to learn more about AI, risk mitigation, not risk mitigation, excuse me, circumventing security mitigations and the limitations of them in AI, can I introduce you to this talk that's happening in 3 hours today with John Vena and others on AI Red Team. And you can see I've actually posted the link in chat as well as pinned it. If you're on YouTube right now, just go to the pinned comment above. John, bring in value, sir. Let's keep going.
Browser in the browser attack hits Counter-Strike 2 players.
There we go.
Security researchers discovered a new phishing campaign targeting Counter-Strike 2 players on Steam. The threat actor poses as Ukrainian esports team Navi, using YouTube and other promotional channels to steer potential victims to phishing sites with the lure of free in-game rewards. Claiming the gift requires logging into Steam, the threat actor uses a browser-in-the-browser technique to show a fake login pop-up. From there, the threat actors attempt to take over Steam accounts and sell them on illicit markets.
All right, hold on. All right, so... All right. I have not heard browser in the browser technique, okay? To me, it just sounds like it's like a pop-up or it's a fake browser page, okay? So browser in the browser, thanks for the squad membership, Alex, is not I wouldn't call this a new technique. I would just call this a new name for this technique. But you can see this technique was created by Mr. Docs in March of 2022. Quick shout out, Mr. Docs is a really interesting cybersecurity researcher. There's a couple researchers in the world that, for me, when I see that they've done something, I immediately perk up, okay? Just like threat intel agencies like Unit 42, Google Tag, Cisco Talos. There's a couple threat intel agencies that, like, when they release something, Verizon Data Breach Incident Report, like when I see them, I'm like, yes, like immediately legit and high quality. Mr. Docs, if you haven't heard of this person, they are super legit. I think they actually have a blog. Yeah, they do. This guy right here, or woman, I don't know. It says Mr. Docs, but who knows? Super legit, okay? So I'll actually drop a link to Mr. Docs because his URL has a 0 in it, not an O. Definitely worth spending a minute if you're interested in that type of stuff. All right, so the Counter-Strike 2 world is basically allowing children to gamble. And I had to watch a documentary on this. Justin Gold knows what's up. But basically, there's these things called skins. And the skins have real world money values, and people gamble, like bet their skins. But the only way to get the skins is to buy it. It's like one of these like free to play, but really a multi-billion-dollar business like like Fortnite, etc. And what they're doing here is they're mimicking a Steam login page. So you think you're logging into Steam. They use this esports team Navi, which I assume is really well known within the Counter-Strike 2 community, and let's see. Yeah, they basically steal your creds. They get your one-time MFA passcode. Yep, why not? And so look at this. You can actually, hold on. You could use this not just for Counter-Strike 2, but you could use this as education. If CoffeeZilla did just do a video about this, can you link it? I love CoffeeZilla. You can use this for GRC training and end user awareness. Look at this right now on screen. If you're listening on audio, it basically has a side-by-side Facebook login page. On the left is the phishing page. On the right is the real page. There's literally no difference. Okay, this is definitely one of those ones where like your credentials wouldn't auto-populate from your password vault, right? For example. So this is a good one for end users to see, because I feel like a lot of end users think that, you know, when they see, like, they're going to see this and it's going to look super dodgy and obviously a hot mess express. And in reality, it can look just like this, super, super easy. And thank you, by the way, for the caption on the image. This is useful. Guys, just yesterday or 2 days ago, I got a DM on Discord with a fake Steam a login type thing. Okay, it wasn't exactly this attack, but my point is, Steam is hot right now. DayZ's making a comeback. Counter-Strike 2 is hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
And looks like they're also using promotion channels to get people to go to the phishing site. So here's another thing, right? Like, so I'm not gonna take money from a threat actor to promote Counter-Strike 2, but a lot of these popular, more entertainment YouTubers regularly promote like video games and stuff like that, right? Like, isn't it like Raid Legends or something like that? Like, there's like a Lego channel that my kids watch, TD Bricks, and he's constantly cutting away to some video game like World of Tanks or Raid Legends League or whatever. So why not have Counter-Strike 2 skins or whatever and just put a link in bio? Dude, I do sponsorships and stuff. A lot of times they'll give you a link and they want this link put in to the description of the video. So if you can ride the trust of a popular YouTuber, right? And you give the YouTuber $500 to put the link in their thing and run a 30-second ad, and now you've got all of their viewer base coming to your site. You're gonna hook them, okay? Here we go. This guy right here, get skins for free. This is the landing page. But here's the thing. This is a landing page, and this is a completely malicious URL, but this guy right here, Simple, he's a legit Counter-Strike player. This is his legit account, and he's legit getting paid to basically be part of a crime where he's going to be probably unknowingly tricking his end users or his community viewers into going to malicious sites. Now, really quick, here's a bunch of different CS2 in-game malicious websites. What I would say is basically educate your children, educate your end users that this is an attack vector. I think the interesting nuance here is that legitimate, trusted content creators could be tricked into tricking you into sending you to a malicious website, right? So don't just think because, I don't know, who's a popular YouTuber? Penguin Zero, right? Moist Critical. Don't just think because Moist Critical says, hey, check it out, thanks to the stream sponsor, go check out this. Don't believe because of that link is 100% safe, okay? You've got to do your own research. Educate your end users. I honestly feel like this is a really interesting, innovative development on an old standby attack technique.
Remember to subscribe to the CISO series.
Nope. All right, here we go. Guys, we crushed it like a bunch of bosses. Before you go anywhere, I want you to know that at 9:30 a.m. today, 25 minutes from now, Erica McDuffie and Jack Scott are going to be melting your faces on two cyber chicks talking about navigating the AI dark side with Andre S. Now, this is crazy. It's an AI day here.
Shall we play a game?
It's an AI day here on Simply Cyber, apparently. We got John V doing the webinar at noon. We got a bunch of AI stories. And then Jax and Erica are going to be bringing mad knowledge to you on navigating the AI dark side. So how do we rebuild trust in an age of deepfakes? We're going to find out at 9:30 a.m. But between now and then, I've got news for you, friends. You and I, we're going jaw-jacking. So that ends the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, episode 842. Don't go anywhere, though, because me, you, John V, Bruise and Hack, Space Taco, Kimberly, Glum Hippo, Corey Alred, we're all going jaw-jacking. I'll be back. If you got to go, I'll see you tomorrow. Otherwise, let's get jaw-jacking. Holla! Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jaw-Jacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some Jaw-Jacking. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the party. My name is Jerry Guy. I am your host for the next 30 minutes. In this show that we call Jaw-Jacking, where I will answer all your questions to the best of my ability. And if I don't have a good answer, I'm going to get you the answer from a community member or from the interwebs, the information superhighway, if you will, if you want to age yourself. Many of you are coming right off the heels of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief with that nerd, Dr. Gerald Auger. Oh my God. Trying to be cool with his mixtape. I gotta tell you, this is a Jerry guy move, not a Dr. Gerald Auger move. Mixtape, check it out. This sticker I think is so cool, and it's got the QR code that will take you to the mixtape that I made custom for you. Spoiler alert. It's almost exclusively 90s golden age hip-hop. There's a couple deep cuts in there. There's a couple popular fan favorites. Boston Rob knows them all by heart. Marcus Kyler's always knowing the words. Drop your questions in chat with the Q up front. I got to tell you, I got a lot of work today. I'm actually going to go to Starbucks right after this and like, you know, belly up to the bar, if you will, and put in a shift. I'm going to work about 3-4 hours at Starbucks today. I don't know, like, let me ask you guys, like, I have a great office here, great studio. I can do all the things here, but every once in a while, I need to, like, get out of this element and put myself somewhere else just to kind of, like, heads down, super focus. Doesn't happen often, but I made the decision yesterday that I would do it today. Essentially, I was trying to get work done yesterday, and I kept finding other things to do, kept getting distracted. So I was like, you know what? I got to get out of this room. Brandon Poole's in the house. I assure you, I am not quishing you, Brandon Poole. This mixtape is hot, hot, hot. What I'm excited to see is at DEF CON, there's always like an escalator, and then there's a bunch of stickers that people jump up and slap. I want to put some there. Also, since the questions haven't come in yet, I want everybody to know that the Simply Cyber Community Meetup for DEF CON is in full effect. We've got the location. I just need to put a down payment down, which I'm waiting to get confirmation on how to do that. Brews and Hacks with the first question. One more time, you said you'd be at which conferences between now and Simply Cyber Con? Okay, so I'm going to go to RSA April 28th, 29th. I will be at Black Hat DEF CON August 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, which, by the way, we have a very special guest coming with us to Black Hat DEF CON this year. Mrs. Auger will be making the trip to Vegas for the first time ever. So we'll get her exposed to the whole Vegas scene, get her a pair of comfortable shoes. So, and I'll also be at Wild West Hackin' Fest, Brews and Hacks. I've already registered, got my hotel room. I've submitted a talk to Wild West Hackin' Fest. I hope it gets picked. Scole07, thank you, Kimberly, says, I plan on going to my first B-Sides this May and have no idea what to expect. It'll be my first event since being in the field. Any tips? Yes. So hold on one second. I'll give you some tips, but also we have a video for that. Conference. Yes, sir. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to share this video with you, and this is for everybody. This right here, this is Base Case. This is Deb Wigley. This is Ben Sherrill, also known as DJ BSEC, Deb the Deb, and Base Case. This video is from June 2023, but it still slaps Scole07. It's literally an hour of 4 people's different perspectives, including my own, on how you can maximize the value of a conference, okay? I'll give you a couple pro tips right off the rip, but Scole07, this is definitely worth your time.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. The number one thing you can do, Scole07, is talk to people in Discord in the Simply Cyber community beforehand, see if anyone's going to that conference, sort it out, and then meet them in real life at the conference. Attend a couple talks that you think get value, but networking is super, super valuable. Don't be shy, which is why you would want to talk to people before you get to the conference. Nerman in Super Chat. Thanks, Nerman. Nerman says, hey, Jerry, what are the potential cybersecurity risks associated with government officials using commercial encrypted messaging applications like Signal for discussing classified military operations? Well, Nerman, I would say the number one risk is, I don't know how much like auditing there is. So if decisions are made, how do you, well, a couple things. Ready? Right off the rip. If decisions are made, is it documented? Number two, you don't know who's involved, who gets brought into those group chats, right? Sometimes people use different acronyms like TG, right? Like, who is that, right? You don't know. Plus, third, there's a lot of anonymity, right? So let's say that I jump in a group chat and it says Justin Gold, Casually Joseph, and Nerman. I'm assuming that's Justin Gold, Casually Joseph, and Nerman. You don't know. There's no like validation. There's no single source of truth. There's no domain controller or Active Directory with accounts in it. So then there becomes a question of validity of the identity of the individual speaking, right? And then, you could be sharing information with a threat actor, not even realizing it. Those are just a couple things right off the rip that come to mind. Additionally, now you're introducing a communication medium that is not being controlled through a central information security office. So if it gets compromised, you install like a malicious version of Signal on your device. Boom, you're popped. You get your phone stolen, right? And your Signal's in there right now. Obviously, there are controls. Like I use Signal and there's a pin on it and stuff like that. But also, again, this can happen in any capacity. But like, I know Signal is like super secure. I love Signal. But technically, you could, if they wanted to, at the Signal level, right, at the server level, intercept. I don't think they have this capability, but like technically, they can man in the middle attack you. All right, next question. This might sound stupid, but what are CPEs? Yeezy wants to know. Everyone refers to them. Listen, first of all, I gotta tell you, Yeezy, I will die on this hill, okay? And I'm a Boston guy, so I'll go to the mattresses on this one. There's no stupid questions, okay? No stupid questions. I was so reluctant to ask questions like that because I was embarrassed. Like, I didn't know threat actors had multiple names until like well into my career, okay? So no stupid questions. Here's what a CPE is, okay? CPE stands for Continuing Professional Education. And it's basically when you get a cybersecurity certification like SecPlus, CISP, CISA, whatever, many of them require you to pay an annual fee and they require you to maintain CPEs, which basically means one CPE equals 1 hour of learning. And the idea is that typically you have to get 40 a year, 120 over a 3-year period. So 1 year you could do 60 and the next year, it's 20 a year, 120 per 3 years. So you could do 60 1 year and then 20 the next year and you're still fine, right? The idea behind CPEs is that you can't get a CISP in 2009 and then go become a farmer for 25 years and then rejoin the cyber workforce and still be a CISP, right? Like they want to make sure that you're staying current. That's the deal with CPEs. Honestly, it makes sense too because like you have to be a lifelong learner. You have to stay educated and they want anyone that's holding their certs to be engaged, right? All right. Hopefully that helps. All right. Right. No stupid questions. Let's see. I'm looking at chat now. All right. Continuing to look. Phil Stafford's going to be a B. Oh! I just remembered. I'm keynoting B-Sides Greenville If anyone's in the upstate of South Carolina, September 27th, I forgot I agreed to that. I'll be keynoting B-Sides Greenville, South Carolina. Details to follow. I'm also doing a Antisyphon Anticast webinar on April 30th. And I'm doing the Lunch and Learn in April for Simply Cyber. You know what? This is why, I got to tell you guys, this is why you should absolutely be on the Discord server. Again, I'm not trying to pump the numbers, but one of the awesome things, Kimberly Can Fix It does, oh my God. Dude, if technology doesn't work instantly for me, I get unbelievably angry. Listen, this schedule of events comes out every single Sunday with the events. This is this week, right? You can see 2 Cyber Chicks is right here. Today's Wednesday, the 26th. Okay, so we do make this an effort to share this every single day. Every single Sunday for the upcoming week. I know normally with conferences and stuff, you're going to want to plan, but like, I don't know. I'm like sorry, but not sorry that I'm like incredibly busy and sometimes I forget to tell people about stuff. Dad Bod Medic Nate says a link for SC. I'm not sure what SC means in that capacity. South Carolina, Simply Cyber. If Simply Cyber, what about Simply Cyber? Ricky doesn't know says Ricky doesn't know says, I had an interview yesterday for a GRC position. I studied my butt off on CSF 2.0, but totally blanked on some technical questions. Well, Ricky doesn't know. Listen, you're going to get some questions wrong. Sometimes, people understand that you choke up and stuff. It's possible. I mean, it was a GRC position, right? So maybe they're a little more understanding of that. If you demonstrated that you studied hard on CSF and you put in the initiative, maybe they'll look past that. I hope it works out for you. I will say, Ricky, for those questions you got incorrect, it would be worth going and getting those answers, especially if they bring you in for a second interview or whatever. You can say, hey, like, just so you guys know, I really appreciate that first interview where you asked me about how DNS works. I actually went off and spent some time on DNS. And I learned all the basics, but then I looked at like fast flux DNS. Have you guys heard about this? EncryptHub, the threat actor, uses fast flux. It's fascinating. You see how I just took a question about DNS, answered it, and then used current information about an advanced topic called fast flux that we talked about earlier on studying? Something like that. It's a pro move. All right, here we go. Kimberly Can Fix It, dropping questions in chat. I love it. Tony Jack says, I suppose I could search, but did you ever do the CMMC video? I have not. I didn't do a CMMC video, but because community members know that I'm I don't want to say overtaxed, but like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, guys. I am maxed out, okay? And I know that CMMC, information about CMMC, and it's hot, hot, hot. So guess what I did for you? Oh my God. Hold on one second. Who asked that question? Tony Jack. Guess what, Tony Jack? I got you covered. Check this out, Tony Jack. April 3rd. So a week from tomorrow, Tony Jack. A week from tomorrow at 4:30 p.m., Andy Sauer, who's all up in CMMC's face, is going to come on, and we're literally going to talk about all about CMMC. So this is me serving the community. I didn't have time. I don't have time to get all up in CMMC right now. I know enough about it, but I just haven't had time to make content. So what do? We go get someone from the community who has all that, and let's go. So come on down next Thursday and get your answers. Jacob Smoot, who was, I want to say Jacob was a first-timer, either recently or today. For the CTF tomorrow, whoops. Is there an education version of some of us less experienced that can join? Still pretty green on the offensive side. Okay, so really quickly, Jacob Smoot mentions the CTF. I forgot to tell everybody about that also. Guys, I hate to sound like such a dork. I think I need like a handler. I just need to be pointed in directions and told what to say. I've slowly slipped into like like the absent-minded, like I basically need like a leather briefcase that I hold like this instead of like carrying like a normal human. And I just need to like wander around and then just be directed in locations. I feel like such a like absent-minded nutty professor who's just got too much going on. Listen, for the CTF tomorrow, if you would like to play in a free CTF, that is our Simply Cyber Community CTF done alongside Meta CTF. Here, let me drop a link in chat and show everybody. Seriously, like really, I gotta tip a. I don't want you to give money, but like the Witcher phrase, throw a coin to your Witcher or toss a coin to your Witcher. Toss a coin to the mod team. Literally, the mod team keeps me on the rails. Whether it's coming to my house and fixing my audio, or it's letting me know about stuff. The Meta CTF is this Thursday, tomorrow, 5 to 7 p.m. Now, to Jacob Smoot's question about being green and wanting some help, a couple things. One, Jacob Smoot, there is a CTF channel on the Simply Cyber Discord server. And typically, the people who are participating live in this will be in the CTF channel. You can ask questions in there. It's a very common practice in CTFs for people to congregate and talk and share without spoiling, okay? It's like people know that it's a game and it's a puzzle and they want to help you, but they're not going to give you the answer. It's like really well understood culture, okay? I will tell you, Jacob Smoot, Meta CTF does make kind of the first challenge typically a low bar. So, you know, everybody can experience the thrill of getting a flag and all of that. So, the answer is there's no educational version because it's one CTF, but you will be able to talk to other people in the CTF channel and get help. Secondly, if you do the CTF, everybody, I personally, or Simply Cyber, I mean, whatever. Like we at Simply Cyber fund prizes for the CTF, right? In case you guys weren't there for the daily cyber threat brief, I have sponsors, right? Flare, Delete Me, Threat Locker, Antisyphon, Barricade Cyber. They give me money to do the show. And part of that money I use to allocate to do fun stuff for the community, right? Including cash prizes for this CTF. So you can win $100, a $50 for second place, $25 for third place. And if you get first place, there's a very special exclusive black badge role that you get on the Simply Cyber Discord server. So Jacob Smoot, go out and do that. If anyone has any questions, check out Poner Joe at PWNERJOE. He is the Simply Cyber liaison for the CTF. He's got all the answers. Here we go. Speed round. 4 minutes until 2 cyber checks. Where's my 2 cyber checks? Here we go. Speed round. Ready? Let's go. I'm going to give 20-second answers to all of these. Dino Triton. Just starting the cyber journey, taking an intro cert course now. How should I invest in a home lab? How soon should I? You should invest in a home lab sooner than later. In fact, I would just invest in like Try Hack Me or Hack the Box, Dino Triton. Get those skills first because those labs are going to work really well. And then if you want to get a home lab sooner than later, practical skills are the most valuable thing in our industry. Simply Curly says, I don't have a new job yet. Shadowing the InfoSec team at my company, but it's all male. So curious on advice. Simply Curly, I mean, obviously, hopefully it's not, toxic there, but shadowing the InfoSec team is great. What I would say is kind of resonate with whoever seems to be the most helpful or is doing the job that you're most interested in. Show initiative, show passion. If they mention something, you have to do things outside work, right? So if they mention something like Fast Flux DNS, go home and learn a little bit about it. And then casually, there'll be an opportunity, casually bring it up when you're doing the job shadowing. Show that you're going above and beyond to learn, and that'll resonate. And then ultimately, you might be able to get the next position that opens up there. Carrie's letting us know 9 minutes to cyber. We got 3 minutes till we're there. Link for the South Carolina event you're speaking of, Dad Bod Medic Nate. Let's see, Greenville, South Carolina B-sides. Hold on 1 second. So here is the B-sides Greenville link. They haven't updated it for 2025, Dad Bod Medic Nate. But I'm telling you, I definitely confirmed with the organizers over the weekend. So, Gabriel says, can you suggest an interactive... Guys, hey, here's a Tidbits Tuesday. I'm actually going to the eye doctor next Tuesday to get glasses. Jerry Guy is officially going to be retired, and Dr. Gerald Auger will wear glasses, and Jerry Guy will not wear glasses. God, my eyes suck. Gabriel says, can you suggest an interactive security awareness training website or link I can use for my team? I do not have a good interactive security awareness training website. Does anyone have one in chat? Let me know in chat if you have one good for Gabriel. I don't know one off the top of my head. I've known of a couple, and they're just escaping me right now. Nick says, I work for the United States Postal Service as a mailman. On the website, you can't look up client support specialist, which is IT department. I found people on LinkedIn, that is. Should I contact them, and how? Yeah, I mean, Nick, contacting someone on LinkedIn, definitely a good one. You know, and just be transparent. I'm always transparent. Say, hey, I work for USPS. I'm trying to I'm trying to transition into IT. You know, what do you think? Is IT at the Postal Service cool? Like, do not come at them with, I want a job, tell me how to get a job. Come at them with, like, you know, hey, what are your experiences? What do you think? And I want to point out, Nick, you may encounter a couple people who suck and just ignore you. So take a couple swings and then get after it, okay? Yeah, Kimberly Can Fix It and I are going to go to Pearl Vision together. Let's go. All right, so 2 Cyber Chicks is about to start. Guys, I'm Jerry from I'm Jerry Guy from Simply Cyber. Oh my God, that nerd almost buffer overflowed my brain. Definitely appreciate all of you guys. Like I said, if you want to grab one of these hot stickers, meet me at a conference. I've got them for days. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. I hope you had a great stream. I certainly did. I'm going to go crush it. I hope everybody here crushes it. Let's go do a raid on 2 Cyber Chicks. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I'm going to drop a link really quick to the 2 Cyber Chicks. There we go. There's wading through logs, my man. Did a super chat just come in? Okay, here we go. Guys, let's go raid 2 Cyber Chicks. I'll see you guys later. Bye.